Hello.
Yeah, I am on the line, sir. Waiting for participants to join and our guest to join, sir, facilitator.
Yes. Where are the rest? Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I am on the line, sir.
Okay. Uh, is all right? I think we have more people online. Is the facilitator online? Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi. Shall we proceed?
Oh, yes.
So, the topic of the day is future of artificial intelligence.
Are you the facilitator? Hello. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Hello.
Sir, we can wait for another 3 to 5 minutes, sir, so that participants will join, sir. We are expecting around more than 75, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Abdul, sir, hello.
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, sir. Could you share the screen, sir, so that we can check it? Is it visible?
Is it visible?
Yeah, sir. It's visible, sir.
So, shall we begin?
Sir, participants are joining now only. Please, let's wait for another 5 minutes, sir. At 8:05 we
Yeah,
can.
sure. Yeah, sure.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody.
Please, any one of you reply.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Any one of you reply to Baba sir. He is from Nigeria. He is the master class initiative founder.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Uh,
Good afternoon,
we got,
everybody.
okay.
Welcome you to this online session. Sorry, I'll be leaving soon. Uh, I won't be able to attend fully. I have a meeting. Uh, Pardon me. I just have to leave now. But I really appreciate the facilitator. Thank you, Fakan, for bringing the facilitator on board. Thank you, Sarankan, for the technical support. We really appreciate NVIT India for taking out time to support the masterclass. I will join the session when you are about to finish. So we want you to uh, follow up and follow up with the existing protocol. This session is recorded and streamed on Facebook and YouTube Live, in which we can all watch later. Uh, I want us to ask questions. The facilitator is a seasoned engineer. I'm very optimistic that we're going to enjoy the session. So, welcome once again, the facilitator. Saraka, you can take over from here.
Thank you so much, sir. In your busy schedule, you came and gave some motivation to our students. Once students join, we will start the session, sir.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So, thank you. I can take my leave. I will join the session. Please note, we will give certificates to everyone that attended this session. So, please stay tuned and participate actively. Thank you once again, Saranka.
Thank you, sir. Abdul sir, till now 21 joined. Shall we start or wait for some more time? Abdul sir?
Yes, we can. If you wish, I can proceed. If you
Ah,
still, I can wait.
okay. 1 minute, sir. I will check the participants, please.
Okay.
Good evening to all connected for this webinar. I welcome you all on behalf of Manakula Vinayagar Institute of Technology, Pondicherry and Online Masterclass Initiative, Nigeria. For today's topic is Future of AI by our facilitator engineer Abdul Qadir Khan. He completed his BE in Electronics and Communication Engineering and PG Diploma in Artificial Intelligence. Now his position is Desktop Support Engineer at Ixoria Global Services, Kolkata, India. He completed his BTech from VTU, Bangalore. Now I hand over this session to our facilitator, Engineer Abdul Qadir Khan.
Hello and greetings of the day to everyone. So, as the session is the future of artificial intelligence, so before we get to the future of it, we need to know the past of it. So, can anyone make any guesses when when is the beginning of artificial intelligence? That is, when is the first artificial neuron was made? Write down your answers in chat box. So the very beginning of very beginning of artificial intelligence marks down in 1943. When was the first artificial neuron was made? It was just a single neuron in which it decided a function, how to add a number or subtract a number. The function decided. So in artificial intelligence, unlike the traditional programming, we just need to specify the inputs and the outputs.
Sir, my request, could you please share your screen, sir?
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I share a whiteboard? So in traditional programming, we just need traditional programming. We
Sir, sorry for interrupt. You are not having any PPT, sir?
no,
PowerPoint.
no, sir.
Okay. Then you can take how you wish. You can take.
Okay. So we just need to define algorithm in traditional programming. So where where our say where our operands are fixed, say plus or minus, it is defined by computer. We just give them numbers 1 plus 2, so it makes equal the program operand tell them to add 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 3. But unlike this, in artificial intelligence, we just define inputs 1 and 2, and we may give them output, and the output is 3. So likewise, the basic of artificial intelligence is to first collects data. So artificial intelligence start with collecting data. For example, if I collect data for addition. I gave input 1, input 2, and output is 3, 2, 3, 5. So likewise, the machine adjusts itself automatically. So the machine makes itself comfortable. I mean to say, make itself adjust to the values what is happening. The machine automatically understands itself. So first we collect data, then we feed it to machine. The machine understands automatically. So be used it can be used to make addition, subtraction, and if we don't specify, even if we don't specify, it's if we are adding or subtracting, machine can understand itself whether it's addition or subtraction with the data points. So so we can directly just feed the data to the machine, and we can get the answers. And if we wish to collect data, that is whether a certain phenomena is going to happen. For example, if we predict upon some, say some features, a person is having some conditions. Take down a medical condition. A person is allergic to some food. Allergic to some food. And so can you see my whiteboard, Mr. Satish Kumar? So if a person is having allergic condition, and if he is having having diabetes, so what are the chances that he will get infection on minor injuries? Infection on minor injuries. So we collect the data of people. Say some people have allergies, some people don't, and if they have allergy, so how they are gonna react. So if some person, we just select a population. If we, if we select some population out of a sample set of 1,000, we select a population of 250%. So we just find the data points, and if any other person, a new random person just appears other than that population of 1,000, so we can make predictions what that person will be doing, or what that person will is having. If out of these two conditions, allergic and diabetes, will he get a injury, infection on injury or not? So this makes us to predict future, but not to tell the future. The prediction may be right or wrong. So in future, if our during when we make decision in the company has a list of data which the which is defined already recorded. So whenever we share that data, and over that over that data, the company analytics data scientists just make that prediction whether this decision will hamper the company or increase productivity. For example, the Google made an experiment that if they give holiday of 3 weeks a day over a week, so will it increase their productivity or not? So that data was conducted only that experiment was conducted only in Japan. So that out of result of that experiment, their productivity was increased by 50%. So they're planning to apply that all over the Google or worldwide. So this this marks the projection whether our decision or data or whether do my bad sorry my bad whether any decisions any any other scheme, before employing that scheme we can make decision, will that be beneficial, or will that decision be beneficial, or will that be not? So because of that we can make decisions. So jumping into it, artificial intelligence is widely used in e-commerce industry, which is you may be getting that you may be getting that if you buy something, say a phone, below that phone it automatically comes below that phone and price listing and specification, you get that tab where it's specified people also bought this who bought this phone, people also bought this phone case and cover, people also bought this charger and USB with uh, the, with this phone. So because of that order and their data, they make that decision whether to launch any offer with that, and that is productive, that makes it productive. And on the other hand, it's used in retail industry where months and years of data is collected. Years of data is collected, whether which customer is which in which season customer are making more purchase, and in which season they are making more purchase. So which typically makes out what is their sale, which directly involves with their profit. So because of that data and that data, we they launch that offer where in which season we should put stock clearance sale, and they could uh, they could manage their profit and increase their productivity. Then comes the transportation field. It yeah, we need that data of GPS, which makes that uh, which makes our navigation easier, which monitors traffic and how we can avoid traffic to get our passengers and goods and move them around with safety and in good timings. And then comes manufacturing. In manufacturing center, we can use there has are being researches around to make artificial intelligence robot, that robot could think like humans. They can fit on nut bolts, they can assemble a engine and make paints automatically in conditions where human couldn't even imagine to work, like zero gravity, and dust free area, and areas where there is absolute vacuum. So in conditions like that, AI robots could work and make assembly and make production and manufacturing where humans without human interference. So in education, AI could digitize that online classes during this lockdown in around the world. We are getting, everyone is getting that online classes, which is about which is going on around the world. So that AI could tell whether which student is making much more projects, and that because of that data of a student, how they are performing, they can be managed. So in media and journalism, AI could tell which news has surfaced and which news are being suppressed. So which will be beneficial for public, whether media is functioning properly or not. And in most computer science and data network in cyber security processes, there are being researches are being made whether where they are designing a network structure where the network structure will heal itself automatically. So that is why which that is having impact on our society. During that term, the there will be job displacement. There will be job displacement of those people whose job robots will be taking. But those who will study and learn this, they will be getting jobs, and they will be getting more. There will be creation of more jobs because why? Because the productivity will be increased. So around the time of 20 to 30 years, that's going to happen. But not like that those sci-fi movies where which shows that robots are overtaking the human world, and that will not gonna happen. But the robots are going to think like human, which they will be able to think that which nut bolt should fit where, and how to get it from a junk. So there has been startups being made around the world, like Literati, which collects the data of litter around the world and contact it to uh, nearby recyclers and and they collect those data and tell the recyclers to collect those litter from those areas. And that's global cleaning their global cleaning mission. You can search it over internet, that's available. And one of the most progressing phase of AI is natural language processing. You can see Google Translate, which uh, which can translate any one language to another by reading and by just by typing. You can have Google Lens, which can translate image words in image into real text, and you can see you have available in markets Alexa, Siri, and Google Assistant, which recognize what are you saying, whatever languages you may speak. They recognize, just tune the language. So in this way, the artificial intelligence is going what prediction we have never what we have never heard of, and we are going to see that in the near future. So another another example is is Sophia robot that was developed in Japan, I guess. That was in Japan, Sophia robot, which can smile and exhibit exhibit human emotions. What will be and they react to speech. So in those fields, the robots will think like human, and they will be able to do what human can do. Not all the things what human can do, but a part of it. So so that is going to create more job opportunities for us, and that will be making life easier. So in those decision making, one of the most commonly used technique will be one of the most commonly used techniques will be regression, which identifies common data points. So along with it, it is also like every other field of science, it's also having some disadvantages. So we can see that if artificial intelligence is used in defense, used by some country's defense department, they can program drones which can be used to kill people and take over wars. There will be some that will be devastating. So they can just program any robot and move to any location, just program and forget it, and the robot will go and use and do what it's told to do, but it's destructive. So another means is that it's the technique is not 100% efficient. It's not divine. At the in the beginning, when it's having less data, it makes mistake. So if it gives wrong prediction, say for take my previous example, if a person is allergic and diabetic, it may get injuries, but he or she may get injury and have infection. But because of those precautions, they may take doses and they may take the doses and they may get overdose. because of that, if they are not even having that infection. So in this way, though, that is that is very dangerous. So let's hello Satish sir, shall we bring Q&A session?
Okay, sir. How much time you take to complete it, sir?
It's almost completed.
Completed.
Yes.
1 minute, sir. Okay, on behalf of Manakula Vinayagar Institute of Technology and Masterclass session, I thank our facilitator and participants for joining this event. And also, I thank our facilitator, Engineer Abdul Qadir Khan, for spending his precious time. Thank you so much, sir. Feedback form will be put in chat box. Kindly fill your feedback so that you can issue certificate. It will be opened for another 15 minutes. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Is there any questions? If any students having?
If any one of you having question means you can ask. Also, feedback form is in chat box. You can fill the feedback form. Once you fill the feedback form, you can leave the event. Thank you so much, sir, Abdul sir, and thanks for all MEIT team and masterclass team for this grand success of this event.
Hello, Satish sir. Should I stay connected or should I leave?
Okay, sir, you can leave, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. You're most welcome.
After filling the feedback form, you can leave.